Hello everybody, Moarhammer here, and I've got another battle report for you. This is a 2,000 point battle of my Tzeentch Arcanites against Flesh Eater Courts. Yeah, I love this army. We're playing Knife to the Heart from the General's Handbook 2017, and it's a really cool game. I've changed my list up a little bit from the last game, just to add a few more bodies onto the board, but if you want to check out our army lists, you can see them in the description below. So here is a picture of deployments. So it's the diagonal one, as I said, which is kind of interesting. I quite like the way that works, but I think it suits me quite well. But you know, it is what it is. Okay, so on my side, starting on the far left, we've got a big block of 30 Tzaangor. Behind that is a Gaunt Summoner, and that's the guy on the disc, not the guy on foot. We do have the guy on foot, but he's a bit further up. At the end of those Tzaangor, I've got on the realm gate, I've got my Fatemaster. Behind that is my Tzaangor Shaman and 6 Skyfires. Then to the right of the realm gate, carrying on, got a big unit of 30 blue horrors of Tzeentch. So like a bit of a cool screen wall I was trying out. And then behind them, I've got my Gaunt Summoner with the familiars. And then just to the right of them, I've got a unit of 10 Kairic acolytes. Then on the hill, holding the objective, another unit of 10 Kairic acolytes, and those guys are going to kind of be my objective holders. Didn't really need to do anything but just sit there with them. Alright, so on his side, starting on the far left again, he's got a unit of 3 Crypt Flayers. Then he's got a Ghoul Courtier, no sorry, a Ghoul King on Zombie Dragon. He's got a big block of 40 Crypt Ghouls and a Ghoul King kind of in there as well. Then he's got a Vargheist, and then he's got 2 units of 6 Crypt Horrors and a Crypt Horror Courtier, and he was the army's general, which unlocks the 2 units of Crypt Horrors as a battle line. So there you go, there's his army. Pretty cool army, I like it. His Delusion, I believe, was the Crusading army one, which allows you to re-roll ones of a charge and runs, which is quite kind of cool, kind of useful. Well, maybe, we'll see. So, because I finished deploying first, I think I had like 4 or 5 drops, and he's got a billion. He's got all of them. I decided to let him go first. He does a couple of things. He put Mystic Shield on the Crypt Horrors. One other thing I should mention. He forgot, or he misplaced, I don't know where it was, one of his Crypt Flayers. So if you look there by the Zombie Dragon, it looks like there's 2 Crypt Flayers and a Tzaangor Shaman. He was just using one of my spare models to proxy his 3rd Crypt Flayer. He hasn't actually got a Tzaangor Shaman, and I haven't got my Tzaangor Shaman over there, just to clarify that. So there you go. So he comes forward. He's leaving almost his entire unit of Crypt Ghouls right at the back on the objective, just to hold that. Put some sparring presence on them, as you might expect. Then his Crypt Horrors kind of run forward to try and get into combat as fast as possible. And his Zombie Dragon and the Crypt Flayers come around fairly cautiously. He's not doing a huge amount of movement with them. And that's absolutely okay with me. So we go into my turn, and I do some stuff. I put a sparring presence on the Tzaangor. I think I probably failed. I think I put Mystic Shield on the blue horrors, actually, because I felt like they might be getting a bit of a kicking next turn. And I put all of my Skyfires in a line behind the blue horrors, because I thought that was a good idea. Other than that, basically everything just moves forward on a big wall, and that kind of appeals to me. The Fatemaster, my general, he runs out right towards the Crypt Horrors. I felt like they were not going to be able to do anything against him, which is cool. So we'll see, won't we? In the shooting phase, my Skyfires take some shots at his Crypt Courtier, his general, and I put 4 wounds onto him, which is not bad actually. Could have been better. I was hoping to kill him, to be honest with you, but I'll take 4 wounds. That's not too bad. So in the charge phase, my Fatemaster piles into the first unit of 6 Crypt Horrors. It does a wound to 1. Nothing to write home about. But importantly, and I think actually maybe I'll take nothing back. I take nothing back here. So we go into my turn, and sorry, we go to the initiative roll, and he wins it. Not me. I didn't win this at all. I'm lying to you, sorry. He does some stuff. He casts Arcane Bolt on my Fatemaster, plinks a wound off him. Can't complain about that. And everything else kind of moves forward. His horrors move around to ignore the Fatemaster and try and get into my lines. But my Fatemaster is doing a really good job just tying up 320 points of angry Crypt Horror. I did not want to get hit by 12 of them in one turn, so that's cool. And on the bottom hand side, his Zombie Dragon and the Crypt Flayers are wrapping around. So in the charge phase, he smashes the big unit of 6. These guys had Black Hunger on them as well, the spell, which is like +1 attack or something, so that's a bit nasty. They smash with the Blue Horrors, and that's a bit scary, but it's only Blue Horrors, so I can't complain too much. And the Zombie Dragon and the Crypt Flayers smash into the Tzaangor. And I was not sure about this. I was hoping he would totally fluff his rolls, and that would be perfect. So he attacks with the Zombie Dragon first, and like I said, he totally fluffs his rolls. Oh, poor guy. Which is brilliant. He kills 2 Tzaangor, that's all he does. Between just kind of rolling fairly poorly, missing with all his jaw attacks, he only gets 4 wounds through. He might have got, I think I saved a couple on my shields as well, so that was fantastic. I do decide to attack with my Tzaangor next. I wanted to get as many attacks out before, because if I lose sort of 1 or 2 more, they all lose a whole attack. So I wanted to put them down before his Crypt Flayers got a chance to attack. I kill 2 of the Crypt Flayers, put a wound on another, and I put 8 wounds onto the Zombie Dragon, and that's just brutal. Tzaangor are so good. Separating their attacks like that, they still manage to murder everything like that. So, in feeling a bit angry about that, he attacks with his Crypt Horrors and butchers almost all of the Blue Horrors. There's 6 of them left, so that was absolutely brutal. Which is cool. Obviously, unsurprisingly, they can't pass their battle shock, because even if they're all 1, that's still like 25 minus 10, which is 15 run away. So, you know, yay. Other than that, nothing happens. The combat between the Fatemaster and the Crypt Horror, nothing happens. Nobody does any wounds to anybody. I think actually he healed his wound in the last turn, because Crypt Horrors heal a wound every turn, so that was great. So, next we go into my turn, because he just won the initiative. And I do some stuff. I cast a bunch of spells. I use the Gaunt Summoner on disc. He uses the Fractal Mindstorm spell, which is a casting value of the enemy's bravery. Then you roll a dice for each point of the enemy unit's bravery, and on a 4+, they take a mortal wound. So I managed to use that on him. I use Destiny dice to push it through, and I get like I do 5 mortal wounds to him, so he's got a single wound left. Cast some spells to kill the Crypt Flayers. I think the Tzaangor's banner might have done some damage to the Crypt Flayers and managed to finish them off. And other than that, I do some bit of movement. I fire my Skyfires over the top of the Crypt Horrors, which is an interesting choice on my part. But I was hoping, well, I had a plan, I guess. Well, a plan with a backup plan. I wanted to kill that Vargheist, because I hate Vargheists, sorry, because they bring big things back. I don't like that. So in the shooting phase, my Gaunt Summoner shoots off the Tzaangor Shaman. Sorry, the Zombie Dragon, which is fantastic. He's got his little staff, he goes pew, and he takes the last wound off it, which is brilliant. Perfectly happy about that. Then in the charge phase, my Skyfires pile into the Vargheist to try and finish him off. I also fortunately managed to get a big old charge with my Tzaangor. They pile into the Crypt Horrors, and the Kairic acolytes pile in at the other end to kind of tie them up, because if I'm tagging them that end, then they can't all pile into my Tzaangor to deal with them. So hopefully had a bit of a decent chance of doing some damage here. So in the combat phase, I do attack first with my Tzaangor, and I managed to kill 4 of them, which is fantastic. I managed to pile in nicely and do a serious amount of damage. He takes them out from the Kairic acolytes, unsurprisingly, so they're not going to get to do anything, but that's a seriously decent amount of damage. I'm happy with that. He attacks with his Vargheist against the Skyfires, I think. Vargheist, sorry, I can never get that right. And he doesn't do anything. and then I attack with my Skyfires and I kill him, which is fantastic. I should mention here, I forgot to say, in the shooting phase, the Skyfires did kill his general, the Crypt Haunter Courtier, who was standing there as well. They just shot him off, because that's what they do. What can you say? So, then we go into the initiative roll, and he wins it, which is absolutely fine. I can live with that. He does come forward with his Crypt Ghouls a bit now. He's hoping to pile into the Skyfires and take some of them off. He flees with his Crypt Horrors that were in combat with the Fatemaster. That was going nowhere fast, so he was going pretty slowly nowhere. And they kind of try to wrap around. They're trying to flank the stuff and get onto the objective and try and score some points, which would be just, you only need to do that for one turn. So it's a bit scary actually. I was hoping that wasn't going to happen. So in the combat phase, he charges in with his Crypt Horrors into the Skyfires, and I was a bit worried about this. They've got a boatload of attacks. They've got Black Hunger on them. I think they've got damned terrain as well, so they've got a boatload of attacks. They pile in, and they manage to kill only one Skyfire. He fluffs his rolls. I've got Mystic Shield. I just rolled really well on my saves. He kills one and puts 3 wounds onto another. So again, I can definitely live with that. And when I attack back, I basically do nothing. Kill a couple of ghouls maybe. I attack with my Tzaangor though, and I wipe out the remaining Crypt Horrors here, and that's fantastic. So we go into my turn, and I do some stuff. I cast some spells around. I plink off a couple of Crypt Horrors. I'm trying to wrap around my characters around the back of them to try and get as many towards the objective as possible. I run my Kairic acolytes and spread them out so they're kind of forming a wall around the Crypt Horrors on the right hand side, just to stop them getting anywhere. If I can wipe out the rest of his army before these guys can get through to my objective, we are in a good position. So I charge in my Tzaangor into the Crypt Horrors, and the Tzaangor Shaman, and the Fatemaster into the Ghoul King. So there's a whole bunch of charges. Hopefully a whole bunch of damages will happen as well. And I attack my Skyfires first because I wanted to get the rerolls. I don't do much. I kill a couple, but not much. They attack back and they end up killing another 2 Skyfires. So I've only got 3 left now, which is getting a bit low, but doesn't really matter. My Tzaangor then attack, and they just obliterate the entire unit without any problem whatsoever, because they're brutal. And then my Fatemaster actually managed to finish off the Crypt Ghoul King himself, which is pretty good going actually. He's not hugely fighty, so that was ideal. And at that point, my opponent calls the game. I didn't actually score any of the points that turn, but there was nothing he could have done to score the objective before me, because I could have even got double turn there and then scored, and it would have run away from him. So he calls it there, and there you have it. That is the end of the game. Really like the Flesh Eater Courts. They're a really fun army to play against, and they've got some really cool rules, but they just don't. Again, they just don't really have a decent answer for the big block of Tzaangor, which is just, I'm learning it's just the most brutal unit. People say it's Skyfires, but it's not, it's the Tzaangor. Trust me on this one. So yeah, there you go, there you have it. Thank you very much for listening. If you want to get in contact, you can email me at morewargames@gmail.com or follow me on Twitter at Moarhammer. Please subscribe to my channel, that would mean a lot. We'll leave a comment below, and I'll see you again soon for another battle report.